Hi, everybody. This is Harvey Cohen, and welcome to Sales Talk. Today's topic revolves around the importance of talking less and selling more. You know, there's a belief that if you talk a lot as a salesperson, you're going to sell your products and services. Why? Because you're going to get all that information out, that wonderful, valued product knowledge we all seem to know and love so much. However, how important is product knowledge? Okay, first of all, yes, it's important. It's important to know and understand and be accurate about. We'll get that out of the way as quickly as possible. But how important is it as far as the sales presentation is concerned? What is the most important thing your prospects want to know? Is it every little nut and bolt of the product or service that you're selling? Or is it what the product or service can do for them? In other words, are people buying what it is, or are people buying what it does? Well, there's nothing new in this. If you've ever followed the words of other sales trainers of the past, you will know that we don't sell what products are. We sell what products do. Okay, but how do we get that message across? And, more importantly, what's important to those we're selling to? You know, we can talk about what a product or service does for someone, but if they don't like what it does, we could be spending a lot of time in a sales presentation only to discover they don't like it, and then they're not going to buy. So we have to get rid of that situation as quickly as possible. If we sell less by talking more, and that will make sense in a moment, it will also stand to reason that we could sell more by talking less. Now, how do we sell more by talking less? By asking the right questions, as opposed to telling people things that they don't want to hear. For example, what is this going to be for? What do you need? What's important to you? How often are you going to be using this? What kind of usage do you expect to have from it? What do you need in life, in other words? When we tell people things, quite frankly, we may hit on one or two of the benefits that they want. But if we just keep on talking, we're never going to know if we're hitting the right one. Is that true? Isn't it also true that the only time you or I can speak for myself anyway, have ever learned anything, it wasn't by talking? Since I already know everything I know, I don't know what you know. I have to know what you know if I'm going to sell something to you, because I need to know what you need. And I need to know what you know about what it is that I market. Does that make sense? But if I don't know what you know, and I simply guess, hoping that I'm going to hit it by luck, I may keep talking and talking and never get the sale. In fact, would you also agree, in some cases, you could talk yourself out of a sale by talking too much? The main point that we have to get through here today is master the art of asking questions. Master the art of discovery, finding out what it is that they need. And if you do that, they'll tell you all of the buying signs that you need to hear. Ask the right questions, talk less, discover, and watch how quickly people will buy. Now, before I say goodbye here, how do you come up with the right questions? It's a great question in itself. Well, the best way is to figure out what the answers are going to be first. You see, if you know the answer before you ask the question, asking the question will be easy. And if some of you think that's manipulation, it's not. Not, of course, if we're doing something good for the people. It's purely guidance. Getting people to make the right decision based on the right facts that are good for them. If they need something special and they don't know it exists, they're never going to ask for it. Would you agree? It's our job to get that message across to them. Also true? The only way to do that is to find out what they know, find out what they need, find out what's missing in their life, and to ask the final question, if I could supply that for you, would you want it? If you create the need and desire by asking questions, the results are always going to be in your favor. Practice it. Yes, it's important to do that. Rehearse. And when you get it, you'll watch the magic that it creates. Questions or comments? I urge you to email me at learntosell@harveycohen.com. There's lots more there. Once again, learn to sell at harveygoen.com. Until next time, thanks for watching Sales Talk.